So here's a quick video on some of the stuff that you would need to do like a home project for like refinishing a tank, like in some of my other videos, like 2 other videos. But yeah, just a quick run through it. I guess I'll start here. A sander comes in handy. You can do it by hand, you know, with dry sandpaper and all that, but they're pretty inexpensive. Using like 220 grit pads, Velcro pads. With that, you can also use like this, the Velcro polishing pad. Sticks right on there for polishing. Take care of your polishing part. And you'll need some rags, wax, rubbing compound. And the first video I did was about polishing a tank. So you would use your rubbing compound with your polishing pad, and then of course your sandpaper. For polishing, you would need some. We've got here 1500 wet and dry in soapy water, with like 1200. I keep them all in here. It keeps it nice and soft for if I'm doing like finishing stuff. This is a worn out 6, which would be equivalent to like an 800. Anyway, so Scotch-Brite, red and grey. This is fine Scotch-Brite, rough Scotch-Brite. So you got your different selection of sandpapers, from 1200 to 1500 for polishing. Which is 150. That's for getting paint off of a tank or whatever you're actually painting, preparing. So a selection of sandpapers. For doing a tank, you want a nice stable surface. So I made this thing, screwed just some 4x4s together, and make a nice stable for the tank. But whatever you're working with, whether it's a car fender or a mirror, I'm going to be doing some mirrors on my Toyota. You want it to be a stable place to work with it, right? You don't want to be sliding all over the countertop. So that's one thing. You need tape. 2-inch tape is good. I mean, I'll show you the tank in a minute. You have to tape stuff off. Primer. The regular store primer is good. An etch primer for bare metal. This says it can do on bare metal too. Bare metal, fiberglass. Etch primer would be better. Just the regular store paints. These are a little bit more, but they're worth it. Even wheel paints. Some glass cleaner to clean it all off. So what we're looking at here, we've got maybe, not including the sander. I mean, you can get cheap sanders at Harbor Freight for 20 bucks, I think. So let's include that. 20 bucks, 5 by 25, 30, 40, 50 bucks. Then you're going to find lining tape. This can get a little bit more expensive. I forget the price of those, but this is like the industry standard, the good stuff that you would buy. Lining tape. Okay, you're gonna need a respirator. You can use a dust mask for a lot of like sanding, but paint. Kind of need to use this. This is the minimum that you would want, especially if you're going into like using the 2K with hardener. You need to do this outside, well ventilated. This is the minimum. I mean, we're not using air-fed masks and stuff when we're doing home projects, so just be careful, okay? Read the instructions. Definitely that's a minimum. Rubber gloves. This is the box this came in. This thing was awesome. So if you get one of these, get one of these to go with it. That's like a dual-purpose sander, orbital sander. My wife actually bought that one, so I repurposed her stuff. So yeah, this is about what you need. This is here. You don't need that. You don't need that. That'll just bubble up and burn the paint. How do I know that? Because I already did it. Yeah, you don't need that. A fan, paper towels, lots of rags. I use your old t-shirts and stuff, you know, to cut costs down. But it's all possible to do in a shed, you know. It's like sandpaper, your water, your Scotch-Brites, and just watch the video and see how you like it. And I'll show you what the kind of stuff you can get going on here. Drop this phone down. Like a home paint job is like, you know, like that. I'm not gonna say that it's professional, like as far as if you were sending it out to a shop to get done, but you're gonna pay a ton of cash. I don't know what the prices are to get paint jobs on motorcycles, but I mean, you can do it. Like the parts, this is just air drying some primer out here, so it's all possible in your shed for very little money. It just takes time and effort and you know, attention to detail, and you know, you can do it at home. So anyway, I just thought I'd just run across, you know, what is involved with the amount of stuff you need. It's very little. For $100 worth of materials, that would last you 4 or 5 projects. You see how I've got like lots of leftover stuff, but I've got a box right there full of just, you know, stuff that I reuse. So yeah, get the stuff. If you've got a shed, I used to do it in a carport, so you can do it in a carport. The wife might not like it in the kitchen, so you may have to scratch that off, but you can do your own paint jobs, your own designs. Just take your time, buy an old tank like that one I have out there, and practice on it. Then go for your own bike. All right, have fun. Take it easy.